Brian, thank you. A lot of questions over how an officer could mistakenly draw their firearm instead of their taser. I want to bring in now Steve Imes, who is a retired assistant chief in Springfield, Missouri, and has also developed training programs for the International Association of Chiefs of Police. I appreciate your time tonight. I think the overarching question really today, a couple days after this happened, is how could it happen? How could an officer mistake their gun for a taser given the training?
We've had 18 cases since 1989 that I'm aware of where officers have, in a moment of stress, simply grabbed the wrong weapon. The process of training specifically speaks to drawing the weapon from a non-dominant side. So in other words, officers are to carry the taser on the side of their body opposite their firearm. The problem in all 18 has been that the dominant hand, the gun hand, has been involved in drawing the weapon. And there is no national standard for how the weapon should be carried, but best practices would suggest that it's carried on the weak side and drawn with the weak hand, the non-gun hand. And in each of the 18 cases, that did not occur. So in a moment of stress, a very overly simplistic way to look at it is how can a person pull up at a red light and look left and not see an 8,000-pound vehicle coming and pull out directly in front of it. Human beings make mistakes, and especially in moments of stress, an officer's dominant hand, a gun hand, if it's involved with both a taser and a firearm, regretfully, statistically rare, but when it happens, it's tragic. We've tased over 1 million people since the current taser process began in 1989. And as I said, I'm aware of 18 mistakes, but still very tragic. And the key to prevention, I think, is keeping the gun hand out of the equation. And thus far in those 18, that did not occur.
And it's difficult in this video to ascertain which side of the body the officer pulled the gun from. Is it common for officers to carry both the gun and the taser on the same side, as they say, the strong side?
That's almost unheard of now. Most agencies have moved by policy and practice the taser to the weak side. The dilemma of the 18 cases I referenced, 5 of those involved the gun in the early taser era on the same side of the body as the firearm, the taser and firearm on the dominant side. The remaining 13, the taser was on the weak side, but still drawn with the dominant hand. And again, the focus for folks like me that train to prevent this tragedy is to teach officers to carry the taser on the weak side and to draw with the non-gun hand, to where you would blade your body with gun away from the suspect and use your weak hand to use the taser, never involving the taser with your deadly force hand, and we think dramatically reducing the chance of a split-second error such as this.
How did some of those other cases, the 18 you mentioned, play out in court?
Of the 18, I'm aware of 6 that involve criminal charges, 1 acquittal. The others have involved convictions and or 1 mistrial. In the majority of the cases, there was no criminal charges filed. But the practical side is most states have some degree of criminal negligence that would almost always apply. And I think you'll see, especially in the current times, more criminal charges coming in cases such as this than we've seen in the past.
Rare as it may be, if you're the police chief of a department right now across the country, what are you saying to your officers in terms of their training when it comes to guns versus taser and just in general their instinct?
Sure. It's really very simple in my mind. You put the taser on the weak side, and you teach officers to draw and fire with the weak hand, the same way we do pepper spray. You turn the body with your gun side away from the suspect, and you use the less lethal tool with your weak hand. That prevents the gun from being readily accessible if the suspect were to charge you, and it dramatically reduces the chance of your gun hand, your dominant hand, coming into play with a taser.
And before I let you go, I am getting the wrap from the booth, but as you watch this video and you watch it unfold, were there other techniques that could have been used, not even a taser, to try to get the suspect in custody and into a safe place?
With the split seconds that you see on video, the only thing that would come to my mind would be what degree of physical control, as you're attempting handcuffs, could you apply to simply keep a person from getting back in the vehicle? It doesn't appear that there was a significant or violent struggle when he attempted to get away. He just broke away. And for most officers, the focus would be to have a very strong grip on that person, and as they begin to move, just try to keep them from getting in the vehicle.
Well, a tragic situation. Steve Imes, we appreciate your time and your insight tonight, and I think training will continue to be the focus as we move forward. Thanks again.
Thank you.